A lot of people are going to look at this problem and say, this is easy. I know how to find the area of a triangle. All I have to do is use this formula. Area is equal to 1/2 base times height. Well, this is right. However, this formula is not going to help you in this problem. So don't start celebrating right now. Okay, so here is the deal. We have a triangle with sides 4, 5, and 6. But we don't have the height of this triangle. So how can we find the area of this triangle? Well, there is a formula, but this is not what we need. It's not this formula. And a lot of people don't know that there is more than one formula that we can use to find the area of a triangle. And I think maybe like 1% of you out there actually know this formula. Matter of fact, if you know the formula that I'm talking about, put that into the comment section. And better yet, go ahead and put your answer for the area of this triangle into the comment section as well. Okay, so once again, we have this triangle with no height and sides 4, 5, and 6. What is the formula that we need to find the area of this triangle? Well, let's go ahead and get into that right now. Let's try the obvious approach to solve this problem, and that is to use the formula area is equal to 1/2 base times height. Now, a lot of you might be saying, Mr. YouTube Math Man, maybe we could use this formula because all we need here is the height, and maybe we can figure that out. And that is logical. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So the height would be a perpendicular line right here. So now we have this side and this side, but we have this entire side right here. And in order to figure out the height right here, and we have a right triangle, we would need to use something like the Pythagorean theorem. So that's a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. But in order to use this formula, we need two lengths of a right triangle, or two sides of a right triangle rather. And here we're looking for the height, so we would need either this side or this side. So how can we determine this length and this length given that we drop a parallel line down like so? All right, so that would be the major question. Well, we don't have any angles here, so if you're thinking, well, you could use something called the law of sines and law of cosines, and these are pretty advanced formulas that you learn in trigonometry. And we don't have angles, and we need angles in order to use these formulas. So we're kind of lost here, right? So we don't really know the difference or the split between this side and this side if we draw a perpendicular line down like so. So we're kind of stuck, right? Now, some people might give up on the problem. However, there is a specific formula that we need to use in order to find the area of a triangle when we only have the sides. Okay, now if you don't believe me, you're saying, no, Mr. YouTube Math Man, I'm pretty good at math and I know a lot of advanced math. Matter of fact, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure out the height. All right, now of course I'll show you the answer to the problem at the end of the video. But if you think you can do this on your own, well, that's fantastic. Go ahead and try. But I'm going to show you a very easy way to solve this problem, again, using a specific formula that maybe like 1% of you out there actually know. Now, in all fairness, even if you took a great high school level geometry course and you did really well, you may not have been taught this formula because it's pretty rare, but we do need this specific formula in order to solve this problem. So here is the formula, and by itself it doesn't make a lot of sense until we figure out what S is equal to. Alright, so the area of a triangle when we only know the sides A, B, and C, is equal to the square root of S times S minus A in parentheses times S minus B in parentheses times S minus C, where sides A, B, and C are these variables here. But again, we need to figure out what this variable S is equal to. Alright, so this variable S is called the semi-perimeter. Alright, so how do we calculate it? This is very easy. All we have to do is add up the sides of the triangle and divide by 2. Alright, so the perimeter of a triangle would simply just be the sum of the sides, but here we're going to divide by 2, so this is called the semi-perimeter. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do here is calculate the semi-perimeter, and then we're going to go ahead and plug it into this formula and do the number crunching and figure this out. Okay, now if you want to write this formula down and then maybe try the problem again, if you really want to get the most out of this video, but let me go ahead and show you the problem again. So we're trying to find the area of this triangle with sides 4, 5, and 6. All right, so again, this formula is not going to help us out. This is the formula that we need right here. Okay, so if you know this formula and you can follow a formula, and feel free to use a calculator, you ought to be able to get the area to this triangle. Are you struggling in math because of confusing lessons? Maybe the teacher's not showing you all the steps you need, or things are happening too fast. Well, there is a better way. So come on over to my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. There you'll find clear step-by-step instruction by me that will definitely make a huge difference in your math success. So make sure to check out all my courses by following the links in the description. Before we continue on, let me go ahead and tell you the name of this formula. It is called Heron's formula. Now, again, if you took high school level geometry and did really well, it's possible that you weren't even taught this formula. And if you were, you probably forgot it, so no big deal. Again, this is the formula, all right? So when we have a triangle and the only thing that we know about that triangle is the lengths of the side, we need to use this formula, right? So the area is going to be equal to the square root of s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c, where s is the semi-perimeter, and that is going to be the sum of the sides of the triangle divided by 2. All right, so what we're talking about here is a big number crunching operation. So let's go ahead and apply the formula right now. All right, now the first thing that we need to do is get that semi-perimeter. Again, our sides are 4, 5, and 6. So we'll let A equal to 4, B equal to 5, and C equal to 6. So S is going to be equal to A plus B plus C divided by 2. So here we have S is equal to 4 plus 5 plus 6. So when you are working with a formula, what you want to do is kind of double check that you're plugging in the right values, right? So A is 4, B is 5, and C is 6. So once you confirm that you did plug in the right numbers, then go ahead and continue on with the number crunching. All right, so what we need to do here is add up the numerator. So 4 plus 5 plus 6 will be 15. So now we have 15 over 2, which of course is 7.5. Now that we know that the semi-perimeter is 7.5, we can actually calculate the area of this triangle using Heron's formula. Okay, so again, S is equal to 7.5, and we know what A, B, and C are. So for most people, they'll be very happy. They'll be like, yes, Mr. YouTube Math Man, they can figure this out from here. However, they will make a lot of mistakes. Believe me, I've been teaching math for a long time. And the reason why people make a lot of errors is they get a little sloppy when they plug in all their information. So when you're using a big formula like this, you got to be really, really neat and double and triple check that you're plugging in the right values. So for S, we're going to plug in 7.5. So we're going to put 7.5s right here. And then for A, we're going to plug in 4. For B, we'll plug in a 5. And then for C, we'll plug in 6. All right, so again, before you continue on with any more calculating, you need to double check that, in fact, you plugged in the values correctly. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. So what we have here is a gigantic product underneath this square root. So first, we need to find the differences of these expressions. And remember the order of operations. You got to do what's inside of parentheses first. Now, you could, in fact, plug all of this into your calculator, but you need to be really careful that, in fact, you typed it in correctly. The better way to go here, I think, is to go ahead and figure out these differences and then write those answers right here and then find the product of the entire thing. All right, so I'm going to kind of spare you all that number crunching, but when you find this entire big product right here and take the square root of it, you're going to end up with approximately 9.92, which is the answer. Okay, now this is extremely cool because we found the area of this triangle without even knowing the height, okay? So a lot of you out there, which I think is very natural, would say, I got to get the height here to figure out the area, right? So you're kind of saying, how can I get the height? And then what that would do is kind of lead you down a road of thinking about advanced math, right? So you might be thinking about trigonometry, things like the law of sines, the law of cosines. And if you don't know what these are formulas that you learn in like advanced trigonometry. But even then, we don't even have angles here. So we have to go another path. And of course, that path is to use Heron's formula. All right, now if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you need help in math, or if you just enjoy learning math, let me give you a couple quick suggestions. One, I have a ton of content on my YouTube channel, like 4,000 different math videos from basic math to advanced math. Now, if you really want to learn from me, you got to check out my full main math courses. You can find links to those in the description of this video. Okay, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.